That's usually
I love the fact that Eddie thinks that we can try and like plan this right before we get on.
We don't
like
plan.
we're so goddamn organized.
we don't plan. This is the thing about this show. No, we try to plan some, but like I real talk, I do prep for this show and everything. But it's like I like to have the loose like conversational, we're hanging out feel to this shit. So
Eddie said, y'all ready to go? All right, cool. I don't know what we're talking about, but here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what though? We gotta start this conversation. I gotta call out Fred because he put Connor by sub. But
shit, I didn't even see that.
But
you don't believe that,
Mr. Fred Kirby. If I do recall you posting on your social media and on your other show, the Loudmouth podcast over there, you said that Connor will win in the first round by knocking out Cowboy. And you said that if this happens,
prediction. The best part of Kirby and this whole UFC 246 thing is the fucking soundbite you put on Facebook of y'all better get the fuck out social media because I'm tweeting that picture of my dick. Y'all can sign. That shit was so funny.
I've warned you. All
right, so here it is. Put up or shut up. That's what's gonna happen, or is he gonna knock him out in the first round? What is it gonna be? And I better see a picture of Fred Kirby if it happens. If not, that's it, Fred. You can't gamble anything. I mean, you already lost a bet you never paid, but whatever. We won't go back to that story again. But go ahead.
Right. Okay, a couple things here. A, listen, y'all better hope he don't knock him out in the first round. Or I'm telling y'all, the old man and the picture of the fucking Great White Hype is coming on y'all's timeline. It ain't gonna be fucking nothing nice Saturday night. I'm
just saying, it better be your snake and your face. I don't want you photoshopping yourself. I don't want you.
That's cute. You want a whole body picture? I got you. Ain't no Photoshop here, Jack. It'll be the peace sign like this.
Fred, I want one of those game pictures. You seen those pictures that the game posts on his Instagram? Yeah, I want something like that.
Yeah, the first strap. I got you. Except my belly don't look like the games, but I got you.
With all that said, ladies and gentlemen,
here's the thing. I make these little fucking cute titles because I don't give a shit if you twats follow. We've been doing this show for 132 years.
Forever.
I got the same amount of Twitter followers. None of you country following. If you're following I don't give a fuck. So I take this opportunity to put something nice and cute and funny here. And I usually do it for the culture.
There you go.
So, if any of you are really paying attention to what the fuck is going on this week, now here I am. I don't know which one of them Paul creeps it was, whether it was Logan or
oh boy,
whichever one of those dickheads, Logan Paul or Jake Paul or Craig Paul or whatever they are. One of those shitbirds was giving their prediction for the fight, and they said that they think Connor is going to get a late TKO or submission. And I, for one, thought that was hilarious because as much as I love to ride Connor's cock, he sure as fuck ain't submitting Cowboy in the late round. So I thought I'd fucking put that up there as tongue-in-cheek and tell old Jake Paul to go fuck yourself. Hey, man, it's fucking 4 million YouTube subscribers. Sit on that, you fucking
yeah. It's okay. They're all like 12 years old. All right, folks. Welcome to the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RipTheWarriors.com. My name's Eddie Laws. We're Kirby. We just kicked it off, man. We're just going. Shout out to everyone that showed up, that's showing up here. We're talking UFC 246. We're talking a few more other topics, obviously. But 246 is the main topic this weekend. We finally get a card after like a fucking month of nothing. Obviously, Bellators and all that. But, as far as UFC goes and big cards, month of fucking nothing. So we're back at it now. Cowboy versus Connor, all that shit. So, you got anything you want to talk about as far as anything goes? Throw in the comment section. Any questions, comments, concerns, whatever you got. You know how I do. I do this shit right here. And y'all and everyone gets in on your fucking comment. By the way, I haven't been watching the Raptors, but
my Raptors.
She's a Toronto Raptors fan.
Oh shit! So is she from Toronto or is she just a Toronto Raptors fan? I'd be in Toronto, Jack. That's my second home.
Oh yeah. Kirby's he's part of the six basically. I'm sure you'd move there if you fucking.
Goddamn right, I would.
Yeah.
Right, that bullshit we was talking about before the show, motherfucking my stocks take off and my goddamn housing scheme, dipping on you.
Yeah. Oh, Nick X Michael talking about Fred better do it. Everyone wants to see a
telling
snake, bro.
Y'all-
Everyone wants to see a snake, apparently.
Y'all keep playing with me. Y'all go
You
feel
think you
real
won't do it?
stupid when you're sitting there with your wives and your girlfriends. They like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're gonna see that picture and the little check marks of following.
Hey, Zeus done fucked around and made his mouth. It's gonna be my face in it too.
Anyway, all right, folks. Did you guys watch? What's up, Jesse?
Yeah, I was gonna say Museman. I think it was Museman. He's got to educate me on what he's talking about Ocho Cinco. But I do want to talk about real quick. Fred is the biggest nut hugger of Conor McGregor. Now, let me ask you this, Fred. Did you watch the press conference?
A little bit. I caught the very end of it, like the last 10 minutes. So I know
okay.
the Ocho Cinco thing because I've seen that part of it.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there.
The Ocho Cinco just asked the question at the end of the thing.
Like Chad Johnson, wide receiver. Shit. What did he ask?
Just if he was a betting man, he was talking to Conor McGregor. What would he bet on this weekend or something like that? It was a little awkward, a little bit like people were booing him and shit at first. Like they finally realized it was actually Chad Johnson. You had a lot of boos. Then you heard some clapping. Like it took like 7-8 seconds before he could actually ask the question. And by that time, he felt like he was a little off. Like, oh Jesus Christ! All right, guys, everybody fucking.
That's Chad Johnson. That dude, he's doing everything right now to get out in the limelight again. He's doing this shit, and then he just announced he's gonna be trying out to be a kicker for the XFL and shit. I don't know, whatever. Hey, look, Ocho Cinco's not dumb. He knows how to market.
Mm-hmm.
He just been out of the light for a while. All right. So did you guys watch the whole thing though? Because I literally got about maybe like 3/4 of the way, and it seemed like they were just kind of like patting each other on their back, like, "Yeah, you're cool. Yeah, you're cool. All right, cool."
Fred, real quick, before you get into the loving for Conor here, I wanted to ask you guys about the whole them booing down and shutting down the reporter who was asking about Conor McGregor's allegations.
Yeah, that's now that shit.
To me, I think Eddie and I were talking about it right before the show, before you got on here, Fred. I would expect a good PR person to pull Dana and Conor to the side and go, "Hey guys, listen, we know this shouldn't happen. That nobody should ask about this because this is a big deal. But if somebody asks a question about Conor's thing, here's a prepared answer, and we just move right along." And I think Eddie got it right. They were so unprepared, and like just it never occurred to them that somebody might have the balls to ask them there, that it just totally looked like, it just looked bad the way they were trying to answer. And I did like how even Cowboy came kind of to the defense of Conor, was like, we're not talking about what's outside, we're talking about the fight, and he was trying to like move the conversation along. What do you guys feel about that? I kind of feel like it just came off as like unprofessional and kind of crappy. I thought they could have handled the situation way better.
So I'll go real quick for Fred does on this, because I've having been a professional journalist for a minute, before I realized how gross and dirty the whole industry really is. Fucking okay, first of all, like when John Morgan came out as the first question at the Cowboy, he was like, "So you're gonna submit him? You're gonna take him down? Everyone's talking about you need to do that shit." Think about how many times Cowboys been asked that in the last since they announced the fight, but specifically this week, right? And so both him and Conor have been asking about these allegations constantly, over and over and over. As the week's gone on, like this week, you could tell Cowboys getting this like irritation with the media, right? And it's fucking it's totally understandable. I get it, right? But to the point where even Cabo was kind of like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking done talking about that. I'm sick of hearing about that. I just want to get this fight going. Like they're both getting like irritated by it. Cabo less than Conor. If you guys realize that, like Conor was kind of like, look, man, I did nothing. Basically, I did nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so the way I see it, like, I wish they would have had something prepared to say about that. And I think Dana White going like he answered that yesterday on ESPN is. As a journalist, I'd be irritated by that. But when you're getting booed by like a couple thousand people in a room, and then both the fighters with the microphone and the bald dude with the microphone telling you to shut the fuck up, like it takes mad balls to keep asking and keep impress the issue, and that dude just didn't have him.
I mean, he tried. He did ask the question, like 2 or 3 times before they finally killed him or something. I think that dude's dead, right?
Keep going. You got to keep. If you really want an answer, you got to keep going until they either kick you out or they give you an answer. If you really give a shit about the answer, that guy he even had a grin on his face about it. And I'm like, As soon as I saw that, I'm like, he ain't serious about that question. He's just asking it because no one else asked it yet.
Here's the issue with that. There's a couple problems with this, okay?
All right.
It's open to the public, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Not the microphone.
Yeah, but Fred, that is a guy that considers himself, I would assume, a journalist. I don't know who it was, but it's a journalist.
What I'm saying is you can't control the public.
Right.
Conor McGregor's there. His fans are going to be there.
Yep.
You say some fuck shit. What's Dana going to do? Say, keep it down, guys. They're going to go fucking ape shit. And B, look, man, if Conor did that shit, I'm a fan of Conor's fighting and his personality in the cage, so to speak. If this shit happened, that's a whole fucking different ball game. But what did he expect?
Right.
What did you expect, Jesus? A real statement? Yo, this is a fucking serious charge.
Not a statement, Fred. But I mean,
check this out. If it's real and he's going through these things, man, I ain't telling none of y'all shit. Why the fuck would I? If I had a good lawyer, the first thing he would say is don't say fucking nothing about that. Talk about Cowboy's fucking grandma before you talk about this case. I mean, I get it. Everybody's like, have the ball, say something to Conor about the and I get it. Sure, it should be mentioned. We all know it's a thing. What do we really think was going to be accomplished by asking? Did you really think he was going to come out and go, I didn't fucking do it? And going to give you some grand, like you thought you was going to get the scoop right then, smart guy? But I get it. But what did you really think he was going to say? Didn't he do it? Didn't what happened exactly what y'all thought was going to happen? Like,
no, it's not what I thought was going to happen because, like I said, I thought that as smart people, they would have something prepared where they could answer the question, but not answer it. There are so many ways to answer an accusation without giving yourself a yes or a no answer. You know what I'm saying, Fred? Like you have to be prepared for these things, especially just because you know that there's going to be some guy out there who wants to be the hero of all the journalists, and he's going to be the one to ask that question. Like it's going to happen. You got to prepare for that stuff.
Look, if you want to ask me questions about steroid allegations or, what fucking snow bunny that John Jones is tagging this week, I'm all for it. USADA, the whole most of it. This is a fucking criminal investigation. First off, fuck ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Like, if I'm Conor, this is serious. I'm not answering none of these questions to none of y'all. I'm not posting a statement for y'all. That's serious, and it's my personal life. This is professional. I'm here to fight. Like, just real talk. I'm not answering. Like, what did we really think this motherfucker was gonna be stupid enough? Like, I'm sure he's got a good lawyer, dog. You ain't supposed to fucking discuss shit like this in public when you're doing interviews. That's if you're, bro, don't say nothing about that shit. That's serious. You
number one
conference, bro. Don't get in trouble.
Number one, if you're the accused, the number one rule is shut the fuck up.
Especially about something this serious. Like again, if this was about like smashing the phone or maybe even that old dude, like we could but this, if it is serious and he might actually still go to jail, or this is actually still pending, then mum is the fucking word. I don't give a shit what y'all ask me. Like, A, I can't tell you nothing, and B, even if I could, I'm fucking not that stupid. I get why he asked, but
okay, but what about a statement like that? Like, look, that's something that I can't discuss. I'm here to talk about the fight. Let's move on.
I mean, listen.
You know what?
He said he told y'all on ESPN yesterday. Did you hear what he said on ESPN yesterday, Jesus? I didn't, but apparently that was that in a nutshell. Like, we ain't telling you nothing. Defer back to that.
Okay, but again, still, you have to expect that somebody is gonna think that they got to carry that flag and they got to ask that question. So you just exactly how you did it, Fred. Look, this is a serious matter. I'm taking it seriously, but I'm not going to talk about it here. I talked about it yesterday at ESPN. There's a lengthy statement that I said over there. Go check that out. You guys want to ask me about the fight? Let's go. Ask about the fight. What's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a way to do this.
I know what you're saying, but again, there was no preparation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there was zero preparation for it. Like, they're not stupid. They knew somebody was gonna ask him for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Did they?
Yeah, oh, for sure they did. You know what? Because look, as long as there's like some like that dude was gonna ask, Home Warning was gonna do it. John Morgan was gonna do it. You know what I mean? The guys that want to keep access the way everyone's, the way they
Bro.
do. You're not gonna ask.
Let me ask you this.
Ocho Cinco got a mic and asked about gambling shit. Clearly,
There
they
you
were
go.
the mics around. Somebody was
Yeah.
going to ask that fucking
No. You can ask anybody that does media, and you know this, Eddie. There are companies, UFC specifically, but there are other companies that will tell you before you walk into their arena, before you get to do anything, they tell you, do not ask about this question. Do not. These are the topics we're not talking about. If you talk about it or ask this question, you're out. You know what I'm saying? So like,
okay, you're right. And I know what you're saying. And on that note, I promise you, and ladies and gentlemen, this is why I say Ariel Helwani is not a fucking journalist. I promise you, you have my word. A journalist worth their fucking anything will say, fuck all that and ask anyway. Okay? You don't think they go to like Trump press conferences going like, we're not talking about this, we're not talking about that? The fucking dude for Univision asked him a bunch of questions that he wasn't supposed to be asking. They kicked him the fuck out. If you have balls as a journalist, you ask those questions. That's just on the side note there. But secondly, and I use a Trump word. I swear to God. Anyway, bottom line, what?
No, I was gonna say, look at Josh Gross. Look at what is it, Shelburne?
No, listen. Look at all the guys that don't get access.
Yeah.
Look at all the guys that get access. Those guys would ask. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're the ones.
The guy that asked today just because he got punked. Otherwise, they'd be like, don't ever give him a fucking pass.
I bet you they know who he is, and I bet you he's not going to get another press pass.
We'll see.
Then I don't know. Then what was it for, really? Like again, he ain't going to tell you. So why fucking cut off?
Okay,
you do it for a soundbite. That's what he did it for.
I mean, I guess
you're right. You're right, Eddie. You're right, Eddie. I think that he probably had the notion of that he's gonna get famous off of this. But maybe. as you stated, Eddie, a real journalist, which a lot of those guys in that room are not, they are willing to do what has to be done, and they know that the topic has to be brought up, because if you ignore the topic and you just kind of like wave at that topic as it goes by you and you don't want to address it anymore, then it becomes nothing anymore. A journalist wants to keep stuff in the forefront, like our friend with what's his name, with Ali Abdelaziz. He has the whole podcast and he's been doing this for quite a long time. Eddie, the guy that's been doing the whole story about Ali.
Oh, fuck. God damn, I know who you're talking about.
Look, I don't know shit about journalism. I didn't go to school. Right. Nothing. But for all of me, I feel like if you really are trying to figure out shit about that case and you're a real journalist, you're barking up the wrong tree at that press conference.
Yeah, right.
Maybe you try to find out who the actual victims are and get an interview with them. Maybe, bro, if you really want to know the truth, if you're a fucking journalist and you are seeking the truth of this situation, going to the press conference
not the place.
You ain't said nothing, dog. You ain't doing nothing. Like in the grand scheme of things, you played yourself. If you was a real journalist, you would have been on some sneaky shit, talking to Conor lady or his best friend or his fucking cocaine dealer. Like some real journalism. You know what I mean? Look, Conor at this place.
Yeah, just to move on from this specific thing about the question about that. Now I'm doing what Dana White does. It's fucking on ESPN. No, but the dude was looking for a soundbite, basically. And he got it. He basically got it.
Fair.
Not as great as he wanted, but he got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is that as we know, a lot of people think of themselves as journalists and they think that this is the way to do what a journalist does. And what Fred is saying is very, very much correct. If you want to be a journalist and you want to consider yourself an MMA journalist, look at Josh Gross, look at those people that are no longer allowed to even be within 100 yards of UFC personnel, basically, because those are the guys that actually go and try to find out what's really going on, what's behind the scenes, and dig up these stories and put everything on the line, because a lot of those guys, couldn't make money, couldn't make their living for a while because they knew what they had to do. Right. This guy just standing up and asking a stupid question with, like Eddie said, with a stupid grin on his face. That's not the way to do it. But again, I just want to point out that, right. It's just something that, it's annoying to people, but it needs to be, until either the truth is out there and it's found, or Connor is shown to be innocent, and then we can all get past this.
It's not that nobody should ask.
Right.
It's just that it's futile in that moment. Like, I mean, he asked. He asked, but like you're not going to get whatever answer you're looking for in that moment. So I'm not irritated he asked. I don't mind.
Me neither.
Give a shit less. And even as a Connor fan, I'm not like, that wasn't the right time. Go for it. It's just like,
what do you expect?
Living in reality, I realized, like, you brought up the sexual allegations. Now wait for fucking the big fuck you response, and whichever way it's coming. Yep. Like, whatever real soundbite you're looking for, he is not about to give it to you, bro. So, like, sorry.
Right. All right. So just to move on from that, no, you should definitely ask. Absolutely ask. But understand at the venue you're at, understand your surroundings, understand the setup. You're not going to get an answer for that one. And if you do, had he gotten a real answer from Connor, I'd have been surprised as fuck. What he got was exactly what I expected him to get. And that's fine. If you were just, look, I'm going to go ask you a shot, see what happens. Cool. Just understand that's what you're going to get.
And now
when you're a company like the UFC that isn't trying to fucking deal with that shit in the middle of their big press conference, that, by the way, wasn't as entertaining as everyone fucking thought it would be, but it's a UFC production, all right? It isn't a fucking like trial where you're in the trial and it's like, what I'm saying? Like, it's a wrong spot to fucking expect a real answer.
Yeah, and I think Eddie, the other thing is that like we're saying, I mean, it was just digging for a soundbite, digging for like a moment, because had he done it like, like a real journalist would have done it, he would have asked it in a different way. Plus he would have had other questions, behind it to keep himself on the microphone, to keep doing what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he all he had was that one question. That's all he had, and he just kept trying to ask it, and it's so ridiculous to watch him try to do that. But again, like, moving on from that,
I want to address what Nick did. When Nick says, "Fuck no, Connor did the right thing, not saying shit, 100%, but not for this reason." His job at the time was talking about the fight. That's it. While that's true, that's not the reason that he did the right thing. He did the right thing because shut the fuck up. You don't do that kind of shit. This kind of shit can be brought up in court later if he goes, something might have happened. Okay, there you go. Boom. And someone in Ireland's like, write that shit down.
I mean, anything he could have said about that shit could have been used against him. So
I mean, he could have done the "I'm just here so I don't get in trouble."
I don't get fined. I wish he would have done that. That's shout out to Marshawn Lynch, one of my favorite personalities ever. All right, just real quick, let me catch up with some comments here. Fucking hell, where is it? Oh, you guys need to touch on just think of simple ass commenting at the Q&A. That shit was I haven't seen it yet. I'm about to go finish that after the show and see it. Oh, Nick goes, notifications are on, Fred. No backing down. Now you got to tweet out.
All right.
Y'all think he's fucking playing. You're out of your mind.
I do.
Like, all right, whatever, motherfucker.
Y'all think he's playing. You guys are out of your mind. What up,
I mean, I did see him, welch on a bed already, so I don't know. Listen, I'm not convinced.
That was cutting my pretty hair and not showing my big ass dick. I got no problem tweeting a picture of
priorities, homie. Anyway. It says Muse, I couldn't believe when Ochinko came out of the woodwork. No one could, apparently.
Yeah, I at first.
Oh, he was ripping Bleacher Report. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's Bleacher Report. Oh, dude, yeah. Do you see news about Robert Whitaker? He's out of that the Cannonier fight.
No, I didn't.
He's out.
Personal reasons, right? Didn't specify what it was. Yeah, he just said it was a personal matter.
Hopefully he's okay. Shit. What is it? He lives in Australia, right? Like, not New Zealand.
Maybe. You know what?
Like, he lives in like Melbourne. Do you think maybe like the fires are like something's up with the fires and shit?
That's possible.
I'm like 80% ignorant on where exactly the fires are. So, but if that's part as possible.
Look, if you look on a map, Australia, the whole thing is on fire from what I've seen on the news.
Dude, did you see that fucking people set that on fire? Like, it was.
I've heard that.
What the fuck?
Yep.
I also seen like the conspiracy theories where it's like it's where they want to set up this like public transportation train. It just happens to be pretty much the exact path of where the fire is. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, people have been like arrested and shit.
Oh my God, we got our Eddie Bravo here. Jesus.
I'm just saying, fool. Look into it. Yeah. Charles Oliveira was Kevin Lee for March 14th. That's a dope fight.
Yeah, that's very good.
By the way, congratulations, Charles Oliveira, finally getting a fucking ranked opponent.
Yeah,
That's been for forever.
I think it's a fantastic fight too, man.
Hell
I think it's a winnable fight for Kevin Lee, but it's a fight that'll test him, and you know.
Yeah. So Aspen Ladd and she's gonna take Juliana Pena?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's dope.
Yeah, that'll be a good fucking fight too.
Yeah.
I hope, you know, I'm not pro any violence, but I hope Aspen Ladd just breaks her face.
Yeah, you just please don't let her talk anymore.
Punch her in the throat, please.
Right. QC says I agree with Fred on the first thing a lawyer would say is don't answer any questions, no ifs and or buts. That's 100% true. Let's see. Everyone would have been more upset if before the event they said don't ask questions, you won't get any answers. Yeah, and you know it's true, and that happens all the time. I mean, it's happened with the UFC before, and they got called out on it. It's just it still happens. Like if you think they're not doing it now, they're just saying like, and we fuck, and they just people have seen the result of ignoring that, right? And the result of ignoring that is you don't get access anymore. You know how it is in this business, MMA media business. It's if you have access, you're fucking in. And you clearly can make it all the way to ESPN, right? And if you don't follow what they say, like, look, straight up, like I don't want to fucking open up this fucking topic again because we were on it for like 20 minutes. But straight up, just like this bottom line, there's journalists in MMA media, there's MMA journalists, and then there's promotions pieces. A lot of these guys that get the microphone at these press conferences are just there to spew out whatever the UFC wants them to say. That's all it is.
Oh, did you get to the part where the journalist like got up there and was like, Connor, you make everybody here so much money, and I want to thank you.
He's like blowing him. Yeah, I saw that shit.
I was so disappointed.
Man. Like shut the fuck up, dude. You fucking.
I was like, is that Fred? Is that Fred cashing that check?
No, that guy did not have a beard. Anyway, but no, but like I saw that and I was kind of like, you son of a bitch. If you have any friends with any kind of integrity, they're gonna kick the shit out of you after this shit. All right. Jeremy Stevens versus Calvin Kattar, March 7th. I'm down for that fight.
That's a fucking banger too. Calvin Kattar's a fucking.
Okay, where the fuck are these fights for this card? Goddamn.
Yeah.
It's like this card. I'm looking forward to fights after this shit. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. There's also apparently there's a Masvidal and Usman are gonna show up to some press conference. I don't know when. I forgot when they said.
I think they're in Vegas. They're in Vegas, right? They're in Vegas right now. So yeah.
Actually,
there must be okay. So because Thursdays is usually presser day. Well, it's usually Thursdays or Friday before the fake weigh-ins. So
right.
I'm assuming
it's Friday.
It's Friday. Okay, so Friday's gonna be presser.
Right.
They're probably gonna announce that fight. Hopefully, it's not 7 months from now. Hopefully, it's like March or some shit.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. All right. Imagine Lee, Merckx, Oliveira, Fergie, Ferguson and Beeson could be for that rematch. We'll see. That'd be dope. What up, Tevin? Was good. Let's see. Shout out to Tony. Oh, Jeremiah in the comments. What's up, dude? Everyone's here. Appreciate you guys coming on, dude. Why did I brag on my Raptors? Did they lose? Yo, I don't know if you guys anyone hasn't seen it yet. I'm watching it tonight. So no spoilers, motherfucker. I mean, obviously, you know what the real story happened. But this the mind of Aaron Hernandez, like Doc, I'm gonna watch that shit tonight. So hell yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty interesting. No, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you.
Oh yeah, don't fucking say nothing.
Think about when Dana and the Potato Brothers took over the UFC and they were hoping to get coverage from the media, and now controlling who has access from the media. Crazy. Well, right, but that's how it works everywhere. Like, but like fucking, I've covered a handful of Invicta. Right, the first one I went to, all of them I showed a professional. All right, pants, tie, button up and everything. The first one I went to was in Houston. Where Michelle Waterson lost her belt to Erika Tiburcio, I think the last one was. But the dudes to my right were wearing sweatpants and t-shirts, and the dude to my left smelled like just ass. in like khaki shorts and some t-shirt and a little like button up or over it. I was just like, what the fuck? But that's the kind of shit you got when you first started this shit. Now you got, you know, I think the worst is like John Morgan shows up in a polo and khakis because nothing else fits. But straight up,
but see, that's John Morgan though.
Yeah, but John Morgan is the same. Look, man, I like John Morgan. He's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He's just blown at all times. You know how it is.
Yeah, anyway. I know what you're saying, but like, also John Morgan is the road dog. Like that guy, I give him a pass on that one.
There you go. The note said it was not the Fires. All right. As far as Whitaker goes.
Yeah.
Fucking everything. All these comments fucking move. You know you're going for Alexa. I am not. Alexa, dead to me. I'm done. I can't do it. Tracy Cortez is my new one. That's my chick. Who, by the way, what's her fucking face? Betch Kohei wants to fight her. I'm like, oh, make that fight. Tracy will fuck her up.
Betch Kohei, the ultimate butterface.
All right. Yeah. You know what? 100%. You're right. If it was a different face, everyone would be on.
For sure. Can you imagine if we just fucking took her head off and put Thug Rose's head on her body? Good Lord Almighty.
Oh man, we're gonna
Frankenstein Fred over here.
We're gonna get hashtag I'm with her in a little bit. Watch. All right, here's the first one. First take on this card.
No,
is Macy Barber gonna kill Modafferi? I'm nervous because she's such a good human, but I feel like she's gonna get ran over.
Listen, I'm going first, man. Listen, yes, she is.
No,
she is. Somebody needs to have the ambulance on that. Look, people think that I don't like Roxanne Modafferi for some reason. I enjoy her very much as a person. She's a very sweet individual. I just think her striking is trash.
Oh yeah,
real bad. I like her. And boy, everybody is such a pussy these days. I like her. She's a good kid, but her striking is bad. And I feel like she has gotten by on luck to where she's at without getting her fucking brains thunderstruck out. I'll give her that.
Dang.
For as bad as her striking is, she does somehow seem to just not get the piss knocked out of her. But I agree with Tevin. I think this is the time. I think Macy Barber is going to knock her the fuck out. And I take no pleasure in saying that, inmate Twitter. So suck my fucking dick.
Look, yeah. Look, Roxanne Modafferi is not a striker. She's one of those chicks that's going to survive an ass whooping, drag you to the ground, and outpoint you. That's what she is. Okay. And if Macy doesn't fuck her up early, if she gets taken down or she somehow ends up like in a real scrap with Modafferi, I can see Barber losing a decision. So Barber needs to kill her. That being said, I don't think it happens. I think Modafferi somehow surprises the fuck out of everybody else and subs her ass. Just like right here. Modafferi have winning by surprise sub. What's up? I said it. I will not tweet a picture of my snake because I just don't do that. But I'm telling you, I said it. Anyway.
I mean, what kind of bet would make Eddie pay that out? What kind of counter bet would have to be like?
I don't know. It had to be something like Diaz shit, I bet. But still, anyway. We'll maybe later on we'll see.
I really don't see what the big deal is. It's y'all's problem, not mine.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm just like it'd take me a fucking fair gust of wind, Jack. I don't know.
I'm fucking do it tonight. Get this video up to 1,000 fucking views. I'll send that bitch out pronto, midnight.
There you go. I think we're gonna see Roxy get chopped down like a tree in the Lumberjack games on ESPN too. Shit. Look, again, that wouldn't surprise me. I just don't think it happens. Every time I pick against Roxy, she fucking survives somehow.
I'll give you that. Look, I'll give it me too. Every time I pick against her, she does fuck around and win. I will give her that, but I still come away feeling like she's trash.
Fred, can you at least admit that since she's been training out of Las Vegas, her striking has improved minimally? Now, I'm not saying leaps and bounds. She's not. And I'm not saying that she's Jake Shield trash striking, but she's gotten better. And I think the fact that she is actually getting better, like even to this point, and she's on like a 2-fight win streak, 3-fight win streak. I mean, she's obviously doing something correct, and they put her in this position because, at least this matchmaking kind of thinks that they have like pretty good matchups. And I think this is actually going to surprise a lot of people. And I think Modafferi is going to be there later on to be a title contender later this year. So I say she wins by KO because screw you, Fred.
Just because of that. All right. Yeah, you know it is. All right.
How could you hate on the Happy Warrior? That's crazy.
Man, no one hates her.
Christ, this fucking PC snowflake.
No one hates her.
I'm not hating on her. I just fucking think she's gonna lose.
There you go. The internet this thing is something to watch, but I want your opinion. I'll talk about it on Monday on the Hangout. I'll send you a link to see what's up. Actually, shit, Nick, I'll send you a link if you're around. Fucking jump on Monday. I'll hit you up later on.
Dude, when you watch it, text me.
I will.
Okay, Jesus Christ, guys. I'm watching now too. Fucking for Christ.
You got to.
All right. You text me too.
Dude, just what I know about it outside of that thing, like the news and everything I've seen about it, the whole story is insane. But I've heard that the documentary goes into some fucking detail. It's fucking crazy. All right. We'll talk. We're definitely gonna talk about. We'll definitely talk about the main. We'll talk about this here in a little bit here, Otis, for sure. We're gonna go through the whole card real quick, very quickly. But no, Rose on Beth would be a dime piece. Shake my head. Dang. Ooh, look at that. Roxy by Flying Triangle. Heard it here first. That'd be dope. I said it here again. The Bullet Sister. Don't sleep on Roxy. See, I'm telling you. All right.
Yeah, well, listen, you got half and half. I love it. All right. Suckers next Wednesday. Don't be not showing up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's time to tune in.
All right, let me pop up this fucking card real quick on the screen. You guys see that? Right? What's up?
Yeah. No, I was gonna ask if you wanted to do the Penne thing first or at the end.
Let's do it at the end because it's actually pretty. I'm already have this thing up first of all, but we'll get to talk about at the end. It won't take that long. All right.
Yeah.
Early prelims kicking off at 4:30 my time, so it's 3:30 Pacific time. 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sabina Mazo taking on JJ Aldrich, Brian Kelleher against Ode Osborne, and Alexa Kimura against Justin Ledet. That's the UFC Fight Pass card. The prelims on ESPN. Chad Skelly against Grant Dawson was canceled. There was no fucking reason for that, right? They didn't tell us why. Am I right on that?
The what?
Have it told us why the Chad Skelly fight was canceled?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I mean, I saw it was Grant Dawson posted on Instagram saying that his fight was canceled and he's hoping to get rebooked. I'm assuming something happened with Chad Skelly. Then Drew Dober taking on Nasrat Haqparast. There you go. Tim Malley against Askar Askarov. No one's talking shit about this fight, which is weird. That's a good fight, yeah. Really another big, to me, another fucking big fight to watch. Andre Fili against Super Sodiq. That's gonna be a good fucking fight
for sure.
And then obviously Roxanne Modafferi against Macy Barber on the prelims. I just want, if Macy Barber somehow wins, all she does is pull like Paige Van Zandt. You took everything I worked for, it's a shit like that, like some kind of crazy promo just calling her the fuck out. That's a fight I want to see, just because I want to see if Paige actually goes ape shit. I can see Paige losing her mind and trying to kill Macy Barber in the cage.
I would highly recommend that Macy Barber have something lined up. Real talk.
Prepare something.
Yeah, like if she gets this win, she'll be undefeated. She's already got a little bit of heat going. I'm telling you, man, take a page out of Colby Covington's book. That motherfucker rode that shit all the way to a title shot.
Nick Baldwin. If you guys don't know Nick Baldwin, find him on Twitter. Dude's legit. But Nick Baldwin said it was the United States Athletic Commission. They're the ones that canceled the fight. What the fuck happened with Chad Skelly? They canceled the fight. That's weird. All right.
No,
probably no bueno.
I think it was Dawson who pulled out.
Dawson pulled?
I that's what I'm reading.
Okay.
But
well, we'll see. I'm about to look it up after. Or in a little bit. All right. First fight on the main card that kicks off at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Anthony Pettis against Carlos Diego Ferreira. A lot of talk about this one. Ferreira taking on a former lightweight champ. Fucking Pettis has fought at 45, 55, and 70. Fred, what do you think of this one? Who you got in this one?
Yeah, man. Anthony's been all around the world with the fucking weight divisions lately, hasn't he?
I
like this fight, man. At this point, I hate saying shit like this, but I mean, Showtime has kind of became the perennial gatekeeper, no?
And like in 3 divisions, which is weird.
Yeah, and he like the triple gatekeeper.
Yeah.
He like the triple gatekeeper. He really could gatekeep in almost any one of those divisions because he is a tough motherfucker at any weight. Although 45, he looks kind of rough. But lightweight is probably his ideal weight. He is definitely a tough guy at that weight. I think this is probably one of those fights where we're going to try to see exactly how good Fajeda is. Is that how you pronounce his fucking last name?
Fajera, yeah.
Fajera. Yeah.
Fajeda.
There we go.
Fajeda, whatever, dude. Thanks for adding the little shit.
Fajeda. All right. I think this is the first fight to see how good Fajeda is. I think that, I'm not that sold. I'm not sold yet. I think Showtime wins this fight. I mean, he did just fucking knock out Wonder Boy. Did he get finished by Nate, or did they go the distance?
Oh no, Nate. They went
fight.
distance. No, the Diaz Pettis fight was a decision.
Okay, yeah. So
decision.
He went to a decision. I thought so. He went to a decision with Nate. He got the win over Wonder Boy. I think he gets this win.
All right, Jesse.
Are we scared that he doesn't know how to close the lid and cut his hand again, or are we just gonna ignore that part?
Bro, we'll talk about that real quick in a second. But I just saw fucking Tevin. Okay. Tevin goes, Macy Barber should grab the mic and tell Jessica I she's fucking trash and her dogs are ugly.
Fucking somebody get this in the fucking Macy DMs immediately. Like, yes, exactly what the fuck she would do. She'd make me a fucking fan. I tell you what, women's MMA needs that. They fucking need somebody to hate. We got all kinds of cocksuckers to hate. Cole,
everywhere.
Fucking Henry. We got no shortage of males to hate. The fucking broads are way too nice. We need somebody to drum up some fucking controversy.
Yep, 100%. And that would be huge. I remember Twitter already finds I annoying. She's ranked like 4. It's a perfect call out. Listen, I want to see that directed with Paige Van Zandt, but whatever works.
I can't stand Jessica I, and she's from Ohio. What's that tell you?
There you go. Jesse, what do you think? Did you already pick this fight?
No. I think Pettis is on that upswing again. He looks happy in this fight camp. He just looks healthier. And yeah, like coming off such a brutal fight, and now attempting to sue USADA, UFC, and everybody else. I mean,
good luck. I hope it works.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully he's improved whatever happened in that fight, his cardio and all that stuff. And I hope he's able to pull this out. It's going to be an interesting fight, but I think he can still pull it off.
All right, I'm picking Diego Ferreira by Fajeda by fucking by submission, probably like 3rd round. Anyway, I like Pettis, but this whole moving up and down and shit. Now he's back at 155 and cutting weight. There was a part in the embedded where Cowboy and Pettis, face each other, and it's like, oh, how's your weight? And Cowboy's like, I'm like 2 pounds away. And it's like, man, and Cowboy tells Pettis, man, you look like what I used to look like. And I'm like, ooh, even Cowboy sees it. I think the weight cut has always been an issue with Pettis, and I think it always takes away from his performances. But I think Ferreira's on the come up. He's 5-fight win streak, and unfortunately, he's going to take advantage of Pettis having to move down again. As far as Pettis suing, if you guys don't know the story, Anthony Pettis cut his hand before the
Nate Diaz fight.
Yeah, before the Nate Diaz fight, closing the lid on his second piss test that he had to take or something like that. And he cut his hand, and apparently Duke Rufus told him, like, look, you need to pull out of this fight. Like, we're talking like an hour from the fight. Okay. You need to pull from this fight. And luckily, thankfully, fucking Pettis didn't pull. He fought, right? But like suing USADA and all this stuff, like I hope so, man. I think USADA deserves all the shit they can get, but I don't know how successful it's gonna be.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Duke Rufus wanted him to drop out of the fight.
Allegedly, yeah. He wanted him to drop out of the fight.
Okay, but because due to the fact
we're talking,
apparently it was a good enough cut that Duke Rufus felt that not only was the blood loss an issue, but he also thought that he was a compromised fighter with now a cut on his hand, which could get infected or such other things could happen to him. So Duke Rufus, here's the thing though. I believe that Duke Rufus would say that because Duke cares so much about the Pettis boys, because he's basically been like the second dad to them. Like he's watched them growing up from little kids, brought them up, and I could totally see Duke Rufus going like, no, I don't want you to fight. You're gonna get hurt. This could be bad for you. Duke carries his heart on his sleeve, so I could see him doing that.
Where was the cut and how bad? Like he just he might have thought it made a difference because he had a cut. He had a fucking cut on his hand an hour before the fight. Did it require stitches? Fuck yeah, that makes a difference. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's no bueno. Like,
No, that's not good.
I mean, look, if it was like a little cut and it's barely bleeding, that's one thing. If it could have used a couple stitches or something, of course that fucking matters. Like, he could get to the fight, but like, what the fuck? To pretend like, I mean, these motherfuckers ain't cyborgs, Jack. Like, what the fuck if he like sliced his hand and they had to shove it in the glove and he's starting the fight?
Yeah.
Oh, and balls is fucked up. Like, I mean, we all just like, the fuck, that's low-key a horrible fucking disadvantage. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to pull out a fight, but I'm like, check this out. I'm gonna fight. You understand me? I'm gonna fight, but let it be known. Somebody take a picture of this. As soon as I get my ass whooped, I want this all over Twitter. Like,
yeah,
I was fucked up coming in this fight. I was losing blood. I was dizzy.
Yeah. All right, so this is from MMAclickbait.com. MMAfighting.com, same shit. But this is Pettis talking to Hawani. He goes, I had the fight compromised. I gave USADA a chance to make it right, but right now we're going through the court. I've got to sue them, which fucking hope it works. But it turns out he suffered the cut backstage right before the fight, and then he says that because of that, he wasn't able to warm up for the fight, and he fought like an amateur, quote unquote. And obviously he lost the fight to Diaz. And also broke his foot in the second round of that fight. So I mean, either way, like he was kind of fucked. But
he probably wouldn't have won anyway. But goddamn it, if that was me and I had cut my hand, I sure as fuck would be leaning on that excuse as a reason why I didn't perform so well.
Let's see. Pettis said his longtime coach Duke Rufus saw the cut and begged him not to fight. And then Rufus told MMA Fighting that he was in a panic and said that typically composed Pettis was not happy with the USADA officials. Said that Pettis was in a panic? Oh, they did require stitches. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I see why he was panicked. He probably didn't want to fucking ruin the whole fucking fight and card. But what the?
Yeah. If it wasn't for the fucking lawsuit, I guarantee I want to see a picture of this shit. I mean, I want to see a picture anyway of the cut. But here's a quote saying a little bit of it. So, excuse me. Quote. This is Rufus talking to MMA Fighting. He says, quote, I wish he would have fought because it showed in his performance, unfortunately. Here's the thing. When it happened, it affects you making a fist, and it also affects you grappling because you need your thumb to grab things. So it was right here somewhere. Yeah, so that's a problem. If you're trying to grab shit, that's a fucking problem. I mean,
a deep laceration on your fucking hand is a problem.
Yeah. Oh, right. But I mean, especially right here, though.
Right,
you know what I mean?
I mean, like anywhere is like fucking bueno. Even if it's right here, if it's bad, I gotta punch you like that. What the fuck?
Right. But especially grabbing and grappling and shit, this is fucking crazy. Matt Brown versus Miguel Baeza for March 28th. I'm down with any Matt Brown fights, honestly. Holy shit, Matt Brown versus Violent fight. I'm nervous already. Man, I wonder what that fight is. Shit. All right. Back to the fucking cards. Yeah. So yeah, we'll pass the Pettis fight here. Motherfucker.
Claudia
Gadelha against Alexa Grasso. This is Claudia's first fight training when under Mark Henry. Am I right on that?
Yep.
So, do we expect anything different from Claudia?
Nope.
Really? Who are you picking?
I like both these girls, but I think Alexa Grasso still has a lot to prove in how good she looked before. And, you know, I still think that Alexa Grasso has a lot more to grow. So I think that this could be her, you know, beating a former title contender and title holder. No, just title contender, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think I think Alexa Grasso is gonna surprise here. Claudia Gadelha, I think she needs at least another fight camp under her belt over there with Mark Henry. I like the move. I just don't think it's enough yet.
Fred.
I think Alexa Grasso is mostly hype.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind throwing her a stab in as well, but short of that, I mean, I think Claudia Gadelha is going to throw her a fucking beating. But frankly, this might be her swan song on her way out the door to Invicta.
Is either of these two girls in the Fred Curvy section, or is this just something Fred's into?
Oh, as in I wouldn't?
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh God, no! Listen, both of these girls would get it. while I was sober. You understand me? Like, yeah, this is
That's key. That is key,
standards.
folks.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. My standards drop way below both of these women.
Anyway,
I love it.
I think Clutch is going to be in there shooting like crazy, trying to get his fight to the ground, and I think it's going to work. We've seen enough from Alexa that we know she can survive on the ground, right?
Mhm.
But I don't know if she can beat Claudia Gadelha on the ground like that. I think Claudia's going to wrestle her and wrestle her and wrestle her. Even if she can't finish her, she's going to just wrestle the fuck out of her and win like a fucking decision, just looking for another W, try and get some kind of title shot. So I'm not necessarily looking forward to this fight as far as excitement goes. I'm just being real. QC says Claudia can do no wrong in my book. There you go. All right, right after that, the heavyweights are up. Alexei Oleinik against Maurice Green. Mo Green against Alexei. Easy pick for me. Ezekiel choke from good old Oleinik here. This is what I'm hoping for. I just love when he does that shit. Fred, who are you picking?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat with you. I had to make sure that was indeed the character that always gets those fucking funky Ezekiel chokes.
Yeah.
Remind me again, the fucking filthy casual I am. Who the fuck is Maurice Green?
And that's why people think this card is garbage. Let me pull up his record.
I mean, they're not wrong.
It's not ringing a fucking bell for me, man.
For anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I sleep, Lexi.
I'll give you a quick rundown. He fought Michael Batista at the Ultimate Fighter Heavy Hitters finale. Then he beat Jeff Hughes in a split decision. Then he knocked out Junior Albini. And then he lost his last fight against Sergey.
Sergey. Keep in mind he did he tapped out Batista with a triangle choke, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So he's not like an amateur on the ground. This Oleinik's to me a badder motherfucker on the ground.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going with Oleinik by Ezekiel choke because I mean, what the fuck, right? But hey, at least I know who the fuck Maurice is. Now I remember who the fuck he is.
Yeah. Jesse, who you picking?
I just like a guy, any guy who's a fighter and also a refined gentleman. And Mo Green over here selling his crochet stuff under his moniker, the Crochet Boss. So, yep. So I gotta go with Mo Green. I just like a guy that expands his horizons, as we were talking about earlier. But anyway, I think the key thing here is that he's got experience on the ground. He's a what is he, a jiu-jitsu out of under Brock Larson. He's a blue belt. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's got a couple of submission wins. What is it? 4 submission wins. So I think he's well enough versed in jiu-jitsu to avoid getting in those positions. Although that Ezekiel choke comes out of nowhere and catches people, I wouldn't be surprised if Oleinik gets another, but I think Mo here gets it done. TKO.
Yeah, look, I think the only way Mo gets it done is if he knocks out Oleinik. If he gets to the ground, I know he's like competent on the ground. Oleinik is like a fucking like python on the ground. He'll fuck him up. So, it's my opinion on that, obviously. All right. Next fight up, we're at the, I believe we're at the co-main, right? Yeah, co-main event. Holly Holm against Raquel Pennington. Next to zero hype. Next to zero coverage for this fight. Almost like no one gives a shit. Holly Holm against Raquel Pennington, because no one does. It's the rematch here. It's a rematch, and you guys tell me, correct me if I'm wrong. A rematch nobody asked for, right?
Yep.
Like nobody. None of us give a fuck. Like we barely cared about that first fight. But that's look, and this is not to take away credit from the girls at all, or from the ladies fighting at all. It's just I did not care after watching that last fight. I'm like, dude, no, let's not do that again. And now we're doing that again. So, Holly Holm's up 1-0 on this one. Obviously, a Holly Holm win would end it. I think even a Rocky one's gonna end it. I don't think we'll ever see this fight again. But we'll go with let's go, Jesse. Who are you picking on this one?
I don't even care about this fight, honestly. But you know what? I'm gonna say Raquel Pennington wins just because I think Holly Holm is just overrated, and I think it's time for her to go to Invicta.
That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah. Do I, Fred?
I disagree with Jesus. He's
of course you do.
Holly Holm will probably win this fight quite easily. I mean, Rocky Pennington's a good kid. She's a tough kid. She's a lesbianka. I love that about her. I appreciate a good lesbian. No sexual tension. Hang out with them. I appreciate that.
There you go.
Listen, I think Holly Holm's going to be rangy and long. I think it's going to look. This is how the first fight went, right? Close split decision. Holly Holm outstriking her. Rocky's going to want to get the fight to the ground, I would imagine. Like, right? I hate fucking preview shows. I used to watch preview shows all the time. They take every fight and they break it down like they're fucking some fight scientist. It's real fucking easy always knowing what one person wants to do, right?
Right.
Basically, Holly Holm's going to want to stand and strike at range. Rocky Pennington's going to want to close the distance, press her up against the cage, or put her on the ground. We'll see what fucking happens. I'm of the mind that Holly Holm's going to be able to keep the distance and throw her a fucking snuffing and keep her jiving and make her. Everybody hates Holly Holm for some reason too. I guess.
Yeah, I don't get it.
She's like the Uriah Faber type character that always gets the title shot she don't really deserve because ain't nobody else around to get. Fair enough. Either way, Holly Holm by fucking TKO, late round 2, early round 3.
All right, so Holly Holm is a decision machine. She knows how to point. She knows how to get away and point fight from the outside. That's what's going to happen. We are going to get bored to a decision win by Holly Holm again. And then we're somehow going to get sold some kind of fucking title shot for her one more time. Probably 35. Probably. Anyway.
Tony Hector's got the right.
I'm about to put it up here. Tony goes, this is a fulfilling contractual obligations fight of the card.
I was just thinking that. I was going to say that. Like, their fights get in. They're like, listen, y'all both need to fight. You're healthy.
Yeah. I just wish it wasn't the fucking co-main event because look, I've been fighting the narrative that this card has sucked for so long until this week, and I go on UFC Fight Pass on YouTube and I'll watch fights from a few of the fighters on here, and then I think about the matchups and I'm like, oh no, this is kind of a garbage card. Other than the main event,
for all of me, they could exchange the co-main event with Touchy Philly and
100%.
And Yusuf, is that good?
Oh, that'd be so dope. Yeah. Sudik
just switch those fights, and Holly Holm and Raquel.
That'd be so dope.
To the fucking pre-card.
Yeah.
Because this is just that's how little this fight matters. I hate to be a cunt, but it's like they could switch him, and I'd probably be low key stoked.
Right. Real quick, what up? What?
No, I was gonna say, Fred, do you? Because I agree with you. I think almost any fight on this card, especially on the main card, you could switch out and it could be the co-main and it would probably be more exciting than what we have as a co-main.
Yeah. So it's honestly, now that we said that, they're probably going to have a fucking barn burner of a fight and make us look like fucking cunts. So fair enough. Anyway, real quick, MMA God saying if Conor thinks he's making almost double what he did for Khabib, he's crazy. This card's all running on Conor. Look, he's not making 80 million. He's going to make plenty of money. Don't get me wrong. That's just Conor being Conor.
Yeah.
But real quick, before we move on, I forgot to ask this during when we were talking about the presser. How tame was this Conor McGregor? Like nowhere near. Like people used to remember, like they used to do press conferences for every fucking card. They stopped that shit. Now they only do them when they know someone's gonna talk. And you could almost see like people looking at watching press conferences like, that's it. That's all we get from you. Like I get the respect, but what the fuck?
I like it though. I like it.
No, me too. I love it from Conor right now. But it's just like people were expecting something way different.
Were you a little surprised at how chummy they kind of seemed?
No. Nah. If you've been watching their interviews leading up to it, I felt I kind of seen this coming. I thought this was coming. Conor has never been Colby Covington or Chael Sonnen,
right?
Or Henry Cejudo. He was never really cringy. He had his moments of cringe, but a lot of that shit was fucking shrouded in truth and fact. Yep. And Conor needs to kind of be humble now. He's lost, bro. Like, I mean, the Mayweather was whatever it was. I think this is a good. He's smart. He knows how to guide his career, and Cowboy's a fan favorite. I don't think Conor's ready to turn heel yet. Like, he knows he needs to approach this one legit. And I think, just being a Conor nut hugger, I think this is all part of the master plan. Come out, buy back some goodwill with the fans. Let everybody know that he's not just a one-trick pony. He doesn't have to come out and go, that's why your grandma's stupid and fuck that little punk-ass boy, too. Who named that punk-ass boy Danger? This shit is stupid. You stupid. Like, he can prove that he can be respectful, still sell a ton of pay-per-views, have an impressive performance. And let me tell you something right now, Jack. I don't give a fuck if he does. If he does knock Cowboy out and have an impressive performance, whoever the fuck he fights next, be it fucking Jorge, Habib, Gaethje, whoever the fuck, it's gonna be smoke. It's gonna be fucking smoke. Like if he gets that knockout, all the shit that we're looking for or that we were waiting for tonight, we're gonna get in the build up to the next fight. So just stay tuned.
You know what though, Fred? I think you're right. I think people forget that the only reason Conor was aggressive in the Jose Aldo fight was because he knew that he was getting nothing back. You know, and like you said, it wasn't like ultra disrespectful, like Colby Covington disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And every single time he had something to talk about, it was always, like you said, facts. And it was always jabbing things that you couldn't dispute. And I think a lot of people are surprised or maybe forgot about the way Conor does his stuff. So to me, I wasn't surprised at how well, you know, he kind of melds with Cowboy, and actually how Cowboy, you know, the way he was expressing himself, how excited he is to get into this fight, because they just kind of seem like to have that right attitude for each other. I could see both of these guys hanging out at the bar, buying each other drinks and just, you know, talking about fights and stuff. But I'm excited to see how this fight really turns out in the end.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be solid. Real quick, let me get the fucking comments real quick. Fuck. A focus Conor is a Conor I like watching fight. There you go. Like the respect. Conor's on his redemption arc, trying to garner favor with the public again. Kind of makes sense. When he acts crazy, his fans act crazy. I like sober Conor. Look, I like this. I like the respect. I like the fact that they shook hands, and fucking Conor even complimented, you know, Cowboy's, you know, jacket. That's cool because I want to see them just throw down in the fucking fight itself. Now, if Conor comes out and starches them, please believe all this shit talk starting up for Khabib again or whoever. You know what I mean? But being the first fight back, he's not gonna do that, especially not with a guy like Cowboy. But yeah. So
no, I think Fred hit it right on the head. I think Conor's too smart to do that. I think Conor knew that you know what and it kind of makes even more sense. Like you come back and fight a guy that has so much goodwill, and you know he kind of can give you some of that goodwill back from the fans, right? Like treating him good, being buddies with him. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you this: like if there's any anti-Conor like pro Cowboy fans, they'll be if Conor somehow wins, they'll be Conor fans after that. That's how it is.
Yep.
People forgot sober Conor. Yep. Why are so many gushing over this narrative that fighters should be friends and have beers together? No, that's not what we're saying. I'm saying like they're being just they're not acting it up like fucking Colby does, or like Alex Hernandez tried to do with Cowboy, and then Cowboy humbled his bitch ass. Like, you know what I mean?
I swear I'll never get Day Drinking Don though. That was like
Day Drinking Don was great.
Real dog.
That really was great.
You know, I just think of like if you walk into a bar and you see you know, 2 fighters, 3 fighters, who are the ones that are just sitting at the bar, just kind of holding court, talking and everything that you'd want to go and hang out with. You know, to me, it seems like these two guys that we're seeing right now would probably be a good choice.
For sure.
Unless you're a 60-year-old man that doesn't like whiskey.
The fucking real quick, I have to say before we talk about the actual fight. Cowboy on First Take with Screaming A. Smith and dipshit Kellerman was the most cringy shit I've watched since Ronda Rousey jumped on with Mike Golick and Mike Green back in the day. Like right after she was done with MMA or right before, I can't remember. It was right before. No, right after. And it was fucking cringy as shit. This might have beat it for me. So if you guys haven't seen it, don't bother. But if you have, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Main event, ladies and gentlemen. Conor McGregor, Cowboy Cerrone. We wanted it a while ago. We're finally getting it. Not late either, though. It's actually pretty solid time to do it. We'll start out with Jesse, who's like usually in you know the middle guy in here. Who you picking there, Jesse, in this fight? Jesse. Stop fucking with them hoes, Jesse. All right, fuck it. I'll go first after this right here. Danger vs. Conor Jr. in 2040.
Heyo.
Ronda Rousey in the Time Machine comment. Yeah, that was fucking. Oh my god, what the hell? All right. Look, this fight's gonna be. It's one of those things where Cowboys start walking around talking about like, I'll stand up with him. I'm just gonna stand. Fuck this whole takedown thing. I believe Cowboy. As much as I don't want to believe him, and I want to believe that he's gonna, stand with him with first couple rounds, and then survive that, and then shoot on him, and go into the ground game, which honestly will probably happen now that I said that shit. But I believe him when he says he'll stand with them. I believe him when he says, "Look, I'm gonna test myself against one of the baddest dudes out here, and see how it goes down." So I'm hoping, and I think I'm hoping the best. I'm hoping we get a scrap, we get a fucking war back and forth, one of those like instant classic ones. And I think Cowboy Cerrone pulls it off. I think fucking 170 for Conor against Cowboy was a bad idea. Not a terrible idea, just like not preferable. It's not something you prefer to do. Yeah, that's what I got. I got Cowboy by I go Cowboy. Shit, that's a hard one. I go Cowboy by. Honestly, but it'll be probably best submission, so I'll just say that. I'll go Cowboy submission like 4th round.
My bad.
Now that I know Jesse ignored me, so he wouldn't have to answer the question because he knows which way Fred's leaning. We'll just go with that. We'll go with Fred then next.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you might as well go on ahead and go with Spawat there because y'all know.
All right, go ahead, Jesse.
I went with Cowboy. I'll make my plea for Conor next. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jesse. I know what Jesse's about to do.
You shouldn't have done that, Fred.
I know what Jesse's about to do. That.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm going to do.
Yep.
I would love to convince myself that Cowboy's going to go out there and fight, but exactly what Eddie has said. I believe Cowboy when he says that he's not going to go for a takedown and he's going to try to outstrike Conor McGregor. And as much as I would like to say that Conor has probably aged and he's, slower, he hasn't taken this fight seriously. I just don't know. I don't know if that's enough in Cowboy's corner to have this fight to have it go his way. Now, here's the thing. I do not believe it's going to be a 1-round KO.
No.
But I do see that I could see how Conor could break him down and probably finish him in the third or fourth round. Is this going 5 round or 3 round?
5 rounds, yeah.
5 rounds,
yeah. Okay. Like in the 3rd or 4th round, I could see, maybe Cowboy taking a bit too much damage and then finally getting, TKO'd. In my heart, I would want Cowboy to win this fight because Cowboy's a great guy. You want to see him continue on that path of victory. I just think that there's too much riding on this fight and Conor needs this win. Like we've talked about in previous weeks. I mean, if Conor wants to continue on with making the millions and being a fighter and all this stuff, he literally needs this win more than Cowboy. Cowboy doesn't, he doesn't need this win. Like if he wins, it'll be great for him. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it as much as Conor does. So I believe that we'll see the Conor McGregor out there that you're going to have to kill for him to lose this fight or shut off the lights.
Fair enough.
And I just don't see it happening. But I think we're going to get a good fight out of it. It's going to be a good scrap. Conor McGregor, TKO, let's go 4th round.
All
4th round TKO.
Before Fred goes, let me catch up on these. ELC says, I believe Cowboy 2, that's who he is. Frederick saying Conor TKO first as Cowboy's a slow starter. And are we forgetting he's a hell of a slow starter? No. I am saying Cowboy.
He hasn't been
right. Recently, he hasn't been that slow of a starter, so I don't believe it's gonna matter. That being said, Conor does blitz motherfuckers. And then ELC says, I want Cowboy, but I think Conor has too much to lose. I'd have to look again. I'm picking Cowboy for many reasons, but it's not because I'm anti-Conor, because I'm not. But I just think that 170 is just not a good spot for Conor right now, or maybe even ever. But Fred, what are you picking?
All right, listen. I'm going to start this prediction off with a proclamation.
Okay.
I think I did that right. First off, if indeed you want Conor McGregor to lose this fight, I am going to go out on a limb and say you do not love the sport. You don't love the sport. Cowboy getting this fight is the W for the sport.
Yep.
For the sport. Because if Cowboy wins,
we talked about that. Cowboy wins. What's next?
What's next, right? Well, what are we going to do with him? He'll get a big fight at 55, maybe 170. he definitely isn't getting a title shot nowhere in between. He's still coming off 2 losses. They'll say that Conor was coming off of 2 losses, so on and so forth. It doesn't sexy up nothing. Love Conor or hate Conor, with a Conor win, the train keeps rolling. If you hate him, you get to hate him even more going into an even bigger fight. And if you love him, you get to love him even more going into an even bigger fight. But either way, the fucking train stays on the tracks, God damn it. If you're one of these people going, cowboy or bust, fuck Conor, he's a rapist. Fair enough. And I'm sure some of you really feel that way. But for the sport, for the culture, as it were, a Conor win really keeps our podcast lit. It keeps all you little fucking dorks online punching into your keypads about how bad you hate Conor. It keeps us all fucking in it, man, and on the edge of our seat. So with that fucking being said, Conor McGregor, first round knockout. It is what it is. Let's fucking go. Y'all said it. Cowboy starts fucking slow. Conor's one of the fastest, best starters in the game. Strike for strike, I think Conor. And look, Cowboy made a good point earlier, too. This idea that, like, you know, Cowboys just use your wrestling. Everybody just use your wrestling. Wrestle him to the ground.
Right.
And people are like, Conor sucks on the ground. I've seen him on the ground, blah, blah, blah. Let me break this down quick. And I got to go here soon. So I'm going to break this down quickly. We're over now. Right? But here's the thing, all right? We've really only seen Conor on the ground a small handful of times, right? What, Chad got him down once.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much controlled Chad for the rest of that round, got up and threw him a beating. Okay? Nate got the takedown. That's the one that everybody points to. Nate got him on the ground and submitted him 2 minutes later. I can't stand y'all. You're revisionist cunt. Okay? Hey, he was fucking tired from thumping on Nate's Mexican face for 5 minutes straight.
He was also rocked to shit.
And B, more importantly, which fucking Eddie just points out, he got thunderstruck twice in his fucking nose and he shot. So that's how hurt he was going into their grappling exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third time we've seen him dominated or on the ground in fucking general was against Habib. Blow a fucking snake with it. I don't think that if Cowboy says, I'm going to put him on the ground, he's just going to be able to charge over and get the takedown. Like, he will have to set it up with strikes. This idea that Conor is, some fucking kickboxer that just got into MMA a couple weeks ago, let's not be fucking goofy now. Conor's takedown defense and his fucking defensive grappling, I think, is at least inept enough to where Cowboy's just not going to march over and get the takedown. If Cowboy wants the takedown and even plans on incorporating in that into his game plan, he's going to have to set it up with strikes. He knows that, like, you know what I mean? Like, real talk, that will have to happen. Conor's not just a fucking scrub. He's not just going to march over and get the takedown and move to full mount and fucking submit him. Like, can Cerrone submit Conor McGregor? For sure. But he'll have to do it when Conor's tired later on in the fight, or he'll have to rock him first. He's not just going to take him down and submit him in a full-on grappling match. Like, I think Conor McGregor's grappling is actually a lot better than people think. Don't get twisted. I'm not saying he's going to submit Cowboy, but he'll be okay if he ends up on the ground in the first round or so. Now, in the first round, different story.
No, I was going to point to the fact that you're saying his ground game is good, better than most people think. I don't know if you guys saw the UFC put out a video of Conor's fight from Cage Warriors, where he actually was throwing a lot of head kicks and stuff, but he actually went for a takedown that looked very good, and he worked pretty well on the ground, and that was quite a few years ago. So to think that he hasn't improved his ground game is just stupid. And the fact that, like you guys have said, the fact that Conor got taken down by Khabib and he didn't immediately get murdered like most people thought that he would. I mean, he has an ability to do that. The fact that he has a left hand that puts people to sleep and he enjoys doing that rather than, trying to take someone down and, doing all that other work. I mean, it's just the way he likes to do things, but don't get it twisted. The fact that you don't see somebody use it doesn't mean they don't have it. Kind of like Big Country's jiu-jitsu that we've never seen ever in his entire career, but he has it.
Yeah,
and people have seen it in competition. not in jiu-jitsu competition, but not in the octagon. But he has it. You know, just because you don't see it doesn't mean they don't have it.
Right, exactly. Let me catch you on some comments here before we head out of here. I know it's getting late for Fred. Here it is. Cowboy sub 3rd round. Look, if he somehow rocks Connor and Connor has to shoot, then it's fucking good night. Good night.
He'll get the sub 95% for sure.
Yeah,
He rocks Connor on the feet. If Connor shoots in this fight, he will get submitted.
Right. Now, I could see Connor be like, well, fuck you guys, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to shoot and then have us be some kind of crazy grappling match. I think it's a bad idea.
I take that back. Connor might try to pull some fight shit. If he gets rocked and shoots, he's definitely going to get submitted.
Right.
I think he has won.
Right. Usman says, that impression of me sucks, Fred.
Can I do an impression?
Talking about people that want Connor to lose.
Listen.
Nick says, Cowboy all day. I guess you and I don't love the sport at Gods.
Listen, don't fucking bullshit with me. Y'all don't really want to see Cowboy win. There's nothing big on the horizon. Cowboy for a bunch of fucking shitty Budweiser cans.
Right. Frederick says Connor has legit jits. He's a brown belt. And they give John Kavanaugh, I believe it.
Right.
0 credit to what's his fucking face? Dylan Dennis. 0 credit. Fuck all that. Okay. John Kavanaugh is legit fucking jiu-jitsu dude. Dylan Dennis is a fucking reject. Got kicked out of Marcelo Garcia's gym. What up?
Right, you're right. He is an idiot. He's a moron. He's not great, but he's still a guy that you can learn from. He can keep you sharp.
Training partner.
In training.
He's a training partner. He's not a coach.
No. I'm not saying he's a coach, but I'm saying at least that dude can keep you sharp. He's got some good moves. He's won, something.
Look, I'm gonna say this. If Marcelo Garcia kicks you out of his gym, it took a lot to get there, and you're a sack of shit. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Fred started out like he was speaking at the Democratic debate, appealing to our better nature. Then he started talking that talk. Yeah, he did. Let me start this out with a proclamation at the end, and fuck all of you if you want Connor to lose. You don't love the sport. That's so great. Fred, you might not want to be welcome back in Toronto after trashing both me and Nate. There you go. Dylan Dennis isn't a bum that would help one's ground game. No, he's not a bum. He's just like a shit person. If Cowboy gets a good head kick, rocks him, then shoots that game, then that's game over.
Oh, for sure.
Right. And Fred pointed out, like, if he gets rocked and he shoots, it's fucking game. Same thing happened with Nate.
Yep, exactly.
Big Mike, Cowboy sub round 3. There you go.
Very possible.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we head out of here? Oh, yeah. Jessica Panay, real fast.
Just real quick. If you guys would like to help out Jessica Panay, she's in a lot of trouble. She's being suspended by USADA for 4 years. Again. So she's not going to. Yeah. Look, the whole story is convoluted. If you want to look into it, that's great. But honestly, no fighter should have to be broke.
For defending themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So they have a GoFundMe. Her manager, Brian Butler, set up the GoFundMe. It's gofundme.com/F-Free-Panay. So if you guys feel like contributing to her fund, do so. Look, I'm not a big fan of her. I really, if she's fired tomorrow, it's nothing off of me. But like Eddie pointed out, no fighter should have to be broke and should have to be struggling to defend themselves over something that, could be not true or just could be this whole John Jones pulsing thing. So, I mean,
right.
throw her a buck or two.
Right. And basically what happens is that she had to defend herself once already from USADA, and then she had to do it again. Now she has to do it again on some bullshit. She had to pay for testing on her out of her own pocket. She's broke as fuck. And so she needs some help. So if you care, go for it. And Frederick says, a shit person helps a bully kid. That's fucking new. He hasn't been doing that forever. Okay. I'm going out from before. Okay. Like if he's doing that, great. I'm totally for it. Keep helping bully kids on all that sort of stuff. I'm talking about the stuff before that when he was with Marcelo Garcia. This is years ago. Mm-hmm. So to me, his stripes have not changed. I don't give a shit what he says or what he does. Hopefully he keeps helping bully kids. I think everyone in jiu-jitsu should help bully kids. That's a horse shit if you're not. But straight up as a person, fucking. I'm a Marcelo Garcia fan too, so it's like it bugs the fuck out of me how all that went down. and all that bullshit. So, all right, 4 years for what? I forgot what she got popped for, but it was some like trace amount of some bullshit, and you saw it as like being kind of cunty about it. But go on to her Instagram. She has an explanation on there, exactly her side of the story. You can actually research this on, just Google it around. You'll find out more specifics on it. All right. Anything else you guys want to touch before we get out of here?
Nope.
No,
people can change, Frederick. 100%. He can change, and that's what I'm saying. That's why he's doing it now. Like now, he's doing this shit. Like he could have been doing this before he screwed that whole gym out. He screwed that whole gym. But again, that's other stuff I don't even think about. If I had to sit there and think about it, I'd probably give you a different opinion. Maybe I'll do it on Monday.
No, your opinion's right. Your opinion's right.
There you go.
Just because you're doing good now doesn't mean that you weren't a trash person before. So
right, and he's right. People can change, 100%. Don't doubt it. But from where I stand, from what I know of him, still right now, like. But I'm glad he's helping bully kids. He's done like a couple of them now, right? There was the fun part that it was all over the media. So, can't just do it on your own. So, all right, folks, that's gonna do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys tuning in. It's a sore spot for me, man. I can't. Community, it's hard to piss me off. And that
I love it. I love the little subtle jabs that Eddie throws at the end there.
Anyway, all right. Shout out to Nick, Musman, ELC, Raider for hanging out. I know Jeremiah was here for a while. Tony, QC, Otis, Frederick. Who else we got here? I don't want to miss anybody, but I usually miss at least 2 people. Tevin was here, or is here.
Everybody, please go to Fred's Twitter, subscribe, notifications. Yeah, just so if Connor wins, I mean, we all better see that picture, Fred. Just saying.
I might mute it the second.
You better pay out that bet.
I'm about to go follow me. Y'all better unfollow me for 12 hours if y'all don't want fucking again the great white hype coming across y'all's fucking timeline.
Right.
Better mute my ass, but
yeah, no, everyone's ready, dude. It's like talk to y'all Saturday, but enjoy the fights.
As soon as they pull Connor off a motherfucking Cowboy, y'all better get off of Twitter.
Yeah, get off of Twitter immediately. All right.
Oh, God.
You guys coming on. You guys are the shit, man. We love you guys. You guys know how to follow us on here, all the medias and everything. SWAT 1983, Caribbean Score MMA, at Elo32, at Keyboard MMA for the show, Twitter that I actually started fired up again, so it's up and running. RepTheWarriors.com, SpiceWars.com. You guys know the whole spiel we always give you guys. So appreciate you guys. You guys are the shit. UFC 246 is fight week, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday, we finally get a fucking card. Enjoy it. Catch you guys on Monday. Good night and good night, Wilshire.